Hello, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, continuing the journey to build my home on my slope property. Guys, today we're here to talk about the importance of ensuring and establishing our boundary lines. But before I continue, I just want to ask you, if you haven't done so, to please take a look at the two videos that have already been posted. One is showing you the how the property was cut incorrectly, which was it was dig 23 feet instead of 12 feet. So it's really two times the amount in terms of depth. And the other video is, of course, me talking about how what was the architect response, who directed, who oversee the project. And I had some questions in the end in terms of whether or not you think it's going to be two basements or one basement based on what the architect said, which was not included in the drawing. So very interesting conversation, guys. It might be a little lengthy, but it's worth listening to. So I am asking you please to check it out, check them out, and don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe and hit the all notification bell so you can share this journey along with me and get caught up on um, you know the different stages and processes that we all can learn from, because it's a learning experience. So I'm going to dive right into the whole adjacent topic, which is not it's not going to be very long. Um, so the first thing is the third video that I've posted um, directly shows the surveyor who is walking the property and checking out the intermediate pegs that to he has placed beyond the encroached fencing, and that will give us a clear idea between the neighbor and myself where how far back she needs to remove the fence from off my property and place her galvanized fencing. Okay, so um, my next my next discussion is pretty much why we should ensure the importance of establishing these adjacent boundary lines. Well, one, as you can see, um, I would have not known that I wasn't occupying all of my entire property, and someone else was pretty much occupying a piece of the land. So that is very important. But prior to doing so, we want to talk quickly about the surveying, because the land actually has to be surveyed. The law requires that you have that property owners have their properties surveyed, and all four boundary markers are established at each corner of your property. So the law does ensure that, and those are called the permanent boundary markers. Okay, the ones that I put in at the sides are pretty much the intermediate markers, which is not really required by law, but it was important for me, or necessary for me, to have it done because my property is very long. It's sloped, so the terrain of the property would not allow accurate accurate lining up what should I say, accurate measurements from the marker at the back of the property to the one at the front. As you can see in the picture, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. So I had to use those intermediate pegs, which will show me clearly when a wall or a fence, when I decide to put up a wall or a fence, then that will also let me know on either sides that I am in keeping with my boundary lines and I'm not going beyond. Neither is, any of my neighbors. Um, neither any of my neighbors are pretty much encroaching. Again, I won't have to deal with that situation. So, um, so that's another reason, which is very important, why we should, pretty much make sure that we're establishing our boundary lines. And the other thing too is, you know how back in the day when we used to our parents and our parents would just go ahead and just just use trees and whatever to mark out, to identify the boundary lines and the sides of the properties and stuff like that. And then Mr. Joe or Tom Joe later comes and not even Mr. Joe, but our younger generation, the properties are pretty much passed on to them. And by the time they reach certain age, some of them don't even know where the boundary lines are, and they're left with having to deal with this challenge, which some of these cases, the property lines, people have already encroached and occupied those lines, built walls and all sorts of stuff on it. So and buildings too, because I am aware of a situation where a house is actually built on a adjacent on a adjacent line. So these are some of the things that we have to be careful about, and who has to deal with that? Sometimes it's our kids, sometimes it's our children have to deal with it. So this is why it is so very important. It is very costly, and no one is going to want to loan us any money. If for those of us who are interested in getting loans, no loaning institution or mortgage institution is going to want to lend us any money with an encroached boundary line or fencing or wall or any structure that is placed there. So this is why it is very important that we get it right and get it right from the beginning. And for those of us who already own properties and are property owners, then it's very important, if we haven't done so, get our properties surveyed and get it lined out. Okay, so again, my name is Nola, and thank you so much for sharing along the journey with me. And I'm asking you, please, once more, if you would be so kind to smash the like button, hit the notification, hit the all notification bell, and subscribe. And please do check out all the videos for me, because they're pretty enlightening, very educational for us property owners who plan on building, and for those also property owners who in the future would like to build later on. You can learn from my experiences and my errors, and you don't have to go through what some of the challenges that I'm going through. It's a learning experience, okay? So thank you so much, and be blessed.